I'm just going to sit on the floor. Like,
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just going to be like here.
Can you maybe squeeze up
Like
if you
this.
want that then?
Yeah, if you hold it, if you share that one between you, I've got my one here. So welcome guys to the podcast. I've just seen your show, your wonderful show, PALS. But before we get into it, I've got a little tradition for when we do this in person.
Okay.
It's really simple, don't be scared. It's like really basic. Alright, all we do is we go 3, 2, 1 and then we clap together. Okay. So you want to drop the mic for a second.
Okay.
So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that was
good.
That was
We're
nice.
actors, it's going to be in time.
Yeah. But that was, I really enjoyed that show. It was wonderful. It was intense. It was heartwarming. It was joyous. It was sad. It had a range of emotions. It was a bit of a roller coaster for me, just sitting there in the audience. What was it like for you guys?
Oh gosh, I think it is a roller coaster, but I just think I just have the best time on stage every
so
single
fun.
night.
I can see that.
It's just such a wonderful experience to be working with such lovely women, and then like Mirren, she's just written a script that is, God, it just makes me so proud to be Scottish. It makes me so proud to be a woman. It's just wonderful. I'm having the best time.
It's really fun. Yeah, it's like, well, like you say, it's a roller coaster because we put so much energy into it, and then it's up and down and up and down, and so fast paced. And we're doing this one moment, and then we're crying the next, and then so it's very tiring. So I'm quite exhausted right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Someone actually came out and they were like, "It is a bit like climbing a hill."
Yes,
It was,
it totally is. That's what I feel like I've
Sorry,
done
I'm
it
just going to
my
go
role right
completely
now.
down on the because I'm too old to be crouching like that. But yeah, really, no, that's the best way to describe it, a roller coaster of emotions. And I guess it's quite draining for you guys. It's quite tough to go through that for an entire hour, like climbing a mountain in that space of time.
But it's really rewarding.
Yeah.
It's the best kind of tired ever.
And you definitely get that high,
Oh
like when you're
God,
climbing the hill.
yeah.
You know, after you complete it, you're like you're tired, but it's a good tired. And like I feel like all my emotions are drained out of me. Yeah, it's like a buzz. So then the next day, I'm like excited to do it again.
And how do you feel, Mirren, having wrote this show and now you're seeing it here at the Edinburgh Fringe? You're seeing it live. You're seeing you're getting good audiences, which you deserve. Audiences are reacting well to it as well. From what I've seen today.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I keep saying it's like a fever dream. Like there's a weird kind of detachment of, oh yeah, I wrote that, but it doesn't feel like I have. It's just like, oh, this is cool. This is all the things that I love in theatre. I'm like, yeah, okay. It's bizarre. It's really bizarre because this is the first thing that I've put on really. And yeah, I was saying to Bryony earlier actually, I just feel so proud of like the whole journey it's been on, and for people to really connect to it, and people have connected in ways that I would never have expected. Like within the first couple of days, people were coming out sobbing and crying, and I was like, oh God, what's happened? But people connect to really different parts of the story, and I was saying as well, I think it's quite rare to come out of a piece of theatre sobbing and just overwhelmed that you can't actually speak, and it's been really touching to watch actually, that it is connecting on that level, and it means something to so many people. And
I'll be honest with you, when I sat down and the play started and I watched this as 4 girls being friends, I thought, I'm not going to connect with this. Like, I'm going to see your story and, you know, men think we're different from women and all that. And I thought, maybe I won't get it, but I saw myself in that show. I went back to when I was younger and I was in the Air Cadets. And I had some friends there that I didn't necessarily get on with. But when we went on a camping trip, we came together.
Yeah.
And it took me back like 20, 30 years ago when I did that. Yeah. And I was like, no, it really resonated with me. I think if you get friendship, you'll get the show.
So true. And the 4 girls are all so different.
Yeah.
And they've all got their own stuff going into it. They just gel so well. And I mean, people have been asking me, like, oh, so you guys are all friends then? Like, how long have you known one another? And I'm like, we met like a month and a half ago. But the show brings you together, like with the cast. Like, we feel really well supported, and yeah, I think that's why it's so fun.
How does the friendship outside of the show translated into the performance?
There's a lot of similarities between our real
as the days go by, I'm like, oh my God, I am Claire.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I find it funny how you two instantly looked at Bryony like...
But people keep on saying to me, like, I'll make a comment and they'll be like, that's what Taylor would say. So yeah, I think there's elements of us in the characters.
Yeah.
And then as the show's just kind of going on and our friendships kind of getting stronger on the outside, it's maybe changing things just a little bit, or like making a stronger bond, or we're doing things just slightly differently.
Because there's that trust there.
Yeah.
Because we trust each other as Amy and Bryony.
Yeah.
And then that translates into Claire and Taylor just trusting each other even more.
What was that you were saying about you and Shelley have got a competition now at the start?
Oh yeah, so at the start,
Shelley,
can I do a spoiler?
Yeah.
Can I say a spoiler?
Yeah.
So Shelley at the start has that Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
And her competition is how many times can she smack me with it in that opening scene. So I'm like, before we go on, I'm like, I'm going to say you're going to smack me 3 times. So she's like, no, I'm going to go for 5. So then I have to dodge it so I can win. So yeah, that's her competition. It's fun. And that's just came through doing the show and experience, because on the first night, God no, we were doing no competitions. We were all so nervous.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just come naturally, and it's just really beautiful.
We're definitely at the stage now where we're enjoying it so much more because the nerves are kind of gone.
Yeah.
We know the show really well, we know the characters really well, we know each other really, really well.
Yeah.
So it's way more fun now. Like the first few days, I felt quite sick.
Yeah.
All the time.
I also felt sick.
Yeah. Just with nerves and just not knowing how the audience were going to react to it. But yeah, we're really enjoying it now. This kind of half of the run is just going so quickly.
Yeah.
And I guess this is like, you're right in the middle of it now, aren't
Yeah.
you? Like this is the middle of it. So that's you like finding yourself and your friendships, and then that's translating into the show, and that's coming out on the stage. You can see that. You can see 4 friends there. But how do you think what are you discovering from this show personally that you'll move forward with?
I've just thought about my own friends a lot during the show.
Yeah.
And a lot of my friends have come to see the show and they've been like, oh my God, do you remember when that happened? That was exactly like in the show. And it's just made me really love my friends and just be like, I really need to see them more. Like all my friends, we all live in different countries, different places. And I just really love them. So it just made me think I want to see them more. Yeah. It's just like funny little things that happen on stage. I'm like, oh, this actually happened, like similar thing in real life, or that person reminds me of my friend here. So yeah, it just makes me think a lot about female friendship.
Yes. Yeah, I'd agree.
And supporting your friends and the good times and the bad times. Yeah. I have to make a few phone calls now to some friends that I haven't seen in a while.
So have you learned anything about friendship from it then? Have you got any advice that you'd have to a group of friends that maybe aren't always, they don't, all the different personalities, they don't always come together perfectly. But in this show, you've shown a way that through climbing a mountain, you might kind of find yourselves or rebuild that friendship.
I think one of my things is when I was younger, I always thought I needed friends that were like me or similar to me. But actually, it's so nice having friends that are like totally different from you and like have different flaws and different interests, and just appreciating people for who they are.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
I think because when you're different, you bring out different sides
Yeah,
to each
totally.
other, and it's exciting and it's okay to be different.
Yeah.
It totally is, as long as there's that, that trust there and that love, and that's enough,
Yeah, just knowing why you're friends. Like, what's the thing that's bonded you?
Yeah.
Well, what a wonderful note to leave this on. Sorry it's been so short.
No,
I'd love to chat to you for ages. I appreciate you for putting this performance on, for writing this piece about friendship, and showing it in such a truthful and honest way as well. But if anyone wants to find out more about you guys and the play, where do they find out more about you?
So we have 2 Instagram accounts. So you've got PALS the Play, and you've got Hig Pig Productions, which is Higgledy Piggledy Productions, which is a Scottish female-led theatre company that's kind of focused on female-led stories, Scottish culture, and a sprinkling of Gaelic, because our director, who's not here today, is from the Isle of Skye and speaks fluent Gaelic. So we're just trying to promote local stories led by women.
Well, thanks again, guys. And if anyone was watching or listening, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come and see Pals.
Come see Pals.
Thanks, guys.